Gives it up to Graham. Dribble handoff to Shelton. Pulls at the free throw line with a jump shot. Got it.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, The Will Shelton Show. I'm not gonna waste too much time with the pleasantries. I know it's been a while. We can get to that on another day. It's a huge day. First of all, quick shout out, my Buckeyes. We got the job done. We won the national championship. Again, another subject for another day. It is a monumental day in the NBA, my favorite league. The Mavs and the Lakers swap superstars, Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic. A trade that I don't think we've ever seen before, of this magnitude at least, especially in the middle of a season. Two superstars, one probably hasn't even reached his peak yet, one towards the end of his prime. Two first-team All-NBA guys, two transcendent guys, two guys that are well established in the league. I don't think we've ever seen this before. Damn. I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Well, my first thing that came to my mind was this is fake, just like everybody else. Shams has been hacked. Maybe, it's an early April Fool's joke. April Fool's ain't for 2 months. I did not know what to think. All my group messages were blowing up. My Twitter, my Facebook, all the social medias was like buzzing. Like, is this fake? I didn't really believe it for about 15 to 20 minutes. It was like, it's really something that how can I believe it? We haven't seen it before. I think it leaves you somewhat speechless, because how do you react to something that we've never seen like this? Man, like it's really, it's a win-win for both sides, but obviously there was a clear winner, there was a clear loser. And depending on how you look at it, the way I look at it, I feel like there was a clear winner, clear loser for now and the future. But getting into it, I think both teams are not done. Well, first of all, full trade details was the Lakers received Doncic, Markieff Morris, and Maxi Kleber. The Mavs got AD, Max Christie, and a first-round pick for, I'm pretty sure it was 2029. And I think the Jazz got in there for some reason. They got 2 second-round picks and Jalen Hood Schifino from the Lakers. But with that being said, I don't think these teams are done. I don't think the Lakers are done. I don't think the Mavs are done. They may be done for the regular season. I don't think they're done adding to this team, because I don't think that you can expect to win with just Kyrie and AD. But we'll get to them in a minute. Obviously, we have to start with the Los Angeles Lakers. Luka Doncic, 26-year-old. I think he's about to be 26. He's been an All-NBA guy 5 times already. He's on pace to be one of the greatest players to ever play if he isn't already there. He's obviously got one of the greatest starts to a career that we've ever seen. He's already made a finals, probably will end up getting an MVP or something at some point. Few All-Star games, few All-NBAs. He was gonna be a Supermax guy. That had a big part of him being dealt away. But that pairs him with LeBron, who I believe is the greatest player to ever play, top 2 or 3 on most people's list. But how does that fit? I believe it fits pretty well. I know a lot of people don't. They see 2 ball dominant guys. I see LeBron at 40. He realizes that he's been wanting to give the keys to this thing over to AD for 6 years now. And AD has, for whatever reason, whether it was injury, whether it was just the inability to take over for long stretches of time. Don't get me wrong, he had dominant moments, absolutely dominant. 40-20 games. I'm sure he had a few 50 balls in there. Like, he's been a force, especially on the defensive end. But the need for somebody to just take over and really take control of the franchise, AD was never that guy that Bron needed him to be. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody can't do that. But not saying that Bron had AD shipped out or anything like that, but how it fits to now, I believe Luka is that guy. He's already been running his own franchise for however long, the past 6 seasons, I believe 6-7 years that he's been with the Mavs. That's been his team. He came in during Dirk's last year. Dirk was already, pretty much out of there. He was on the bench. He wasn't the same Dirk that we all knew and loved. So it's been his team since he got there. Excuse me. But it's like LeBron needs that. LeBron needs a guy that's going to come in. He's going to average 25 to 30. He could go for 60, 70. We've seen Luka get a 70 ball on any given night. He could average 30, 10, and 10 if he really stayed in shape, did what he needed to do. LeBron's never had that. He's never had a guy that can just come in and take over and say, I'm the number one guy. Bron, you do your spot, pick your spots, do what you need to do, but this is my team. You just, you be LeBron when you need to be LeBron, especially at 40 years old. But I think the Lakers need more bigs. I mean, obviously they traded away the one halfway decent big we have. They traded them away. So I actually made a list, a detailed list actually, on my little dry erase board right here. And it is full of about, I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 names of bigs around the league. I've actually been working on this all day, so you're welcome. But I rated these bigs on a scale of 1 to 10 to actually give you an idea of how much thought I put into it, things like that. Now, what comes into the ratings, you may ask? Probability, with things like contracts, injuries, age, things like that. Will the money work? Length of contract. Some of these guys, for example, the first guy I have on the list, they're looking for like a long, athletic, rim protecting big. Most of these guys fit that. Some don't. Some are just a big, so like a 7-foot guy, but a big body. But from the reports that I've read, they're looking for a long, athletic big that can kind of protect the rim, go catch lobs from Luka, from Bron, from AR, etc. But first name on the list was Nick Claxton. Rated from 1 to 10. The probability, I rated a 1 because he just signed a new deal with Brooklyn. Don't really know how that works out. Don't know if the money will be able to work without giving up some of the pieces. I'm sure Gabe Vincent with his contract, maybe Maxi Kleber, however you pronounce his name, will have to be with their contracts. Excuse me, don't know what happened. With their contracts, they will have to be the guys on the move to make the money work for some of these guys. But Nick Claxton, I don't think he's getting like 4 years, I believe, around $100 million, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think LA wants to take on that money. I don't think they want to pay 4 years worth of Nick Claxton or 3.5 years worth of Nick Claxton at that price. I just don't believe so. I don't believe that's what they want to do. Next on my list is Brandon Clark. He's not really a long big. He's more like 6'9.5" guy. So he's still kind of, him and Braun are probably looking eye to eye, but he's still that guy. Coming off of torn Achilles a couple years ago, he's probably still not all the way himself yet, but he's kind of been not really, I don't want to say buried in Memphis, but with them, they have Zach Edey, they have Jaren Jackson Jr., they have Jay Huff that kind of comes in spot minutes. I don't think there's really a lot of room for Brandon Clark, but the probability I have for him is a 2 because of he still got 3 years left on his deal. I want to say it's around 25 to 29 million. With the length of years left on his deal, with the injury concerns coming off the torn Achilles, I don't know if the Lakers will want to step in and assume that risk, especially with Bron being at the end of his career. I'm assuming they want to maximize to the fullest this Bron and AD, or not Bron and AD, excuse me, this Bron and Luka pairing. Next, I have Vucevic, Nikola Vucevic from Chicago. Now, I don't think I have him at a 3, and excuse me, these are all literally in order of 1 to 10. I don't think they're going to go get him because he doesn't really play defense. He's not really a big that can't play defense. The reason I have him on the list is his contract. He's a free agent this summer. I think he makes about $19 million a year. Excuse me. He can spread the floor offensively. He can spread the floor. He can shoot the long ball. He can go get you 10 rebounds if on a good night. And he can kind of give Luka and Bron room to work and get to the rim if they need to. Next is Walker Kessler, and I have him ranked as a 4 right now. I have him ranked as, a possibility of a 4, so a 40% shot that he ends up in LA. And I say that, but I'm kind of getting less confident as the time goes by. because they've been trying to get Walker Kessler all year, probably since the offseason. At least the reports say that. And with losing the first round pick that we just lost, I highly doubt. I mean, I'm sure the price was already sky high. I highly doubt that Utah's one of those teams, one of those franchises that right now is just loading up picks, trying to take the OKC route of rebuilding. I think they're going to want to load up on first round picks. I don't think Walker Kessler's getting out of there for anything less than, I mean, at least 4 total picks. So 2 first round picks, 2 second round picks, and a player. And that's just the starting point. Robert Williams III in Portland. Really had a good time in Boston, at least basketball wise. You know, we had some, I don't want to say legal troubles, but he just had some troubles off the court. He's not really, he doesn't spread the floor at all, but he's athletic, go catch lobs, go block shots, go get you rebounds, kind of what they're looking for. I think he's at 3 or 4 years on his contract, probably around between 30 and 40-ish million total. I have him rated as a 5. I don't think that the Lakers want to take that on, but I believe it's one of the better options, at least the mid-tier options, better option than some names that have already been thrown out there. Mitchell Robinson from New York. Don't know how willing the Knicks will be to kind of go out there and help the Lakers be successful, but long 7 foot, athletic, go catch lobs, been injured recently. Kind of getting less confident about him as well, just because of the money. He's got about 4 years, 100-something million left, or around that Nick Claxton range. Don't think that they really want to go out and pay a guy for the next few years or be burdened with having to get rid of him and sell him for pennies on the dollar. I just can't see it. These next 3 are like I'm kind of confident in, and one of them's kind of a sleeper. He hasn't really been in any discussions since I've been a Laker fan, which has been Bron's tenure. I don't think he's been in any discussions to play with him, but I'm fairly confident because he fits the mold. He fits the JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, Birdman back when Bron was with the Heat. Who else? When he won with Cleveland, I believe their bigs were like Tristan Thompson, and I cannot remember. They had one more big, I believe, but I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But he fits that mold. It's Clint Capella. Clint Capella is a 6'11", 7 foot guy. Rebound, play hard, go get the dirty, grimy plays, get you loose balls, get you a few offensive rebounds. I don't know who all watched the Knicks game or who has been watching Laker basketball like I have, but one of their bigger problems outside of the defense and depth is really offensive rebound. Like the Knicks got so many. Deuce McBride was getting offensive rebounds. That's how you know it's a problem. I think Clint Capella helps you fix that. So I have him rated as a 7, scale of 1 to 10. That my confidence level that he'll end up with the Lakers, or they'll make a move to go get him. Has 1 year left on his deal. I think it's at between 18 and 20 million. He's sitting in Atlanta. Atlanta's not going anywhere. I'm assuming they'll be sellers at the trade deadline market. I don't see why not. I don't see the downside. Now, does he spread the court? Absolutely not. But he can sit down there in that dunker spot, pick and rolls, Luka, Bron, AR, get him lobs at the basket. He could easily be a 12 and 8 guy, a 9, and that wouldn't be bad. And he's on an expiring deal, so if it doesn't work, you lose him. No harm, no foul. Jonas Valanciunas, not athletic, but he's a big body, can score in the post, can help protect the rim. Don't think he's just an amazing rim protector, but he can be a force down there when you need him. The only thing that I have him at a 7.5. I just think it's a more realistic option. The money would work. He's only making, I believe, $9 million for 3 years, and $9 million per year. And then it's already been said that Bron's kind of recruiting him. He could be a pick and pop guy. He can spread the court a little bit. Let AR, let Luka, let Bron work in the areas that they need to work in. He can spread the court and knock down a couple threes if you need him to. But the main guy that I can see fitting in this group, just as far as rim protection, as far as everything that this team is looking for, semi-athletic, still in his late 20s, so still in the prime of his career, is Miles Turner. I think the Lakers have been trying to get Miles Turner for a couple years now to pair him with AD, because AD's made it known that he does not want to play the 5 anymore. But he's rim protector always since he came into the league out of Texas. Been a rim protector. He can spread the court. His jump shot has really developed. His touch around the rim is pretty good. He's physical. He can be an enforcer type guy. He can battle with Jokic down there. Not saying nobody in this league can slow Jokic down, but he can battle with Jokic in the playoffs because Jokic has been the Lakers' kryptonite. And then I think that would help. Now, what else do the Lakers? And then also he's a free agent. So again, doesn't work, you let him go. And then I believe he'd be willing to, I don't know him, I don't have any sources, so to say, but I believe he may be willing to kind of play with that generational type guy, Luka, and one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion, the greatest of all time. Then Bron, I believe he might take a discount to stay there. AR has already taken that discount. He's only making between 13 and 15 million, which is great. He's averaging 18. He's an ascending guy. He's a great third option. But I feel like that I have him rated. I have Valanciunas rated at a 7.5. I have Miles Turner rated as an 8.5 on a scale of 10 as probability. So 85% chance. I believe he's the guy. If we're gonna get somebody, I believe he's the guy that we go and get. Just because it makes the most sense. The Pacers, they're kind of middle of the pack, Eastern Conference team. Now, do I believe they're just in a rush to help the Lakers? No, I don't. They have no reason to be. But I believe they could send a package of like Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, first round pick, a couple second round picks, maybe like Shake Milton. I feel like that maybe could be more than enough for Miles Turner. It's not like he's an all-star. Not trying to downplay it, but in negotiations, you kind of have to be realistic sometimes. Like, you know, it's not like he's an all-star. He's not a top 5 big. He's probably closer to a top 10 to 13, 14 big, but he would fit great with that team. But I don't believe they still need more perimeter defense. I believe I didn't really do as much research with wing defenders, but I mean, just having Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt, I don't believe will be enough. I think they need to get one more wing guy, preferably a 3-and-D guy, somebody that they can go and kind of stick on somebody's better players. So maybe a Jamal Murray, a Michael Porter Jr. that they can go guard. They can go guard a Michael Porter Jr., a Jamal Murray, go put him on a Norman Powell in a playoff situation, things like that. But I also don't believe, moving on to Dallas, I don't believe Dallas is done. I don't believe they need to be done. I believe they need one more star. I don't believe Kyrie or AD is really a number one go win you a championship guy. And Dallas has already shown, their GM has already said they're in win now mode. And I believe they want to, he referenced, I watched his press conference where Jason Kidd looked incredibly uncomfortable. He referenced winning a champion. When we win a championship, that's what he was saying. When we win, blah, blah, blah. He said defense, that was their main focus. Defense wins championships. And I believe they need another guard. I don't believe Clay is the guy that they want to rely on to have to stop somebody's second or third scorer. Because in today's NBA, somebody's second or third scorer can go get you 30 or 40. We just saw Aaron Wiggins from the Thunder have 41 and 14. So I don't think Clay is the guy you want to rely on. But I believe, Jimmy Butler's out there. Go kick the tires go knock on Pat Riley's door and see what he says. They have the first round pick from the Lakers. I believe they have one or two other picks that they can package it up with. Maybe send, who knows, PJ Washington. I don't know. Maybe send Gafford or Lively, because life is about to change for them. You know, I don't believe you need Lively, Gafford, and AD. I believe you get rid of Gafford. Because you still have Lively on that rookie deal. You get rid of Gafford, you throw in a few picks, somebody else to make the money work, and you see if Jimmy Butler wants to come back to his hometown or home state of Texas. If he doesn't, then you go, explore some other options. Maybe a Chris Middleton, but Chris Middleton hasn't really been Chris Middleton in the last couple years. Injuries have kind of robbed him of the rest of his the end of his prime, and which has really kind of hurt the Bucks. But this is not about the Bucks. This trade has really done a number on the league, as you could see from the reactions. But I believe even right now and in the future, especially, obviously pending the next moves, I believe the Lakers won. And for the future, they got a face of the league for the next 10 years in Luka. Luka's 26. He's also the best. I believe whoever gets the best player in the trades, 9 times out of 10 wins the trades. I believe exceptions to that are like the Clippers and Thunder trade for Paul George and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I believe that was just highway robbery. But in this case, I believe the Lakers won because they have the best player and they have a future. So Luka literally just came off of carrying his team to a finals berth and led all players in points, rebounds, and assists throughout the playoffs. So that's no small feat. So nobody can say, oh yes, is he probably out of shape? Yeah, who's not? I'm out of shape, but I'm not. I'm also not getting paid hundreds of $millions to play NBA basketball. But my point is, I believe that's an easy fix. Bron's been notoriously known to take great care of his body, to go out here and spend $1 million to whatever the number is now to take care of his body. I believe he can show Luka the science of this. He's still young enough to get this thing corrected. He had, like say, you don't really hit your prime until you're 27, 28. Luka's 26. He still has a couple years to get this thing figured out. But I believe the Lakers won. And I believe that's pretty apparent, but you see, and it's hilarious to watch. It's really, really hilarious to watch guys like Charles Barkley, like Stephen A. Smith, how they will be so quick to downplay Luka and what he is. He's a transcendent guy. He's a face of this league. Every time we bring up the NBA and the top 5 guys, Luka is in there. He's in there with Tatum, Joker, Giannis, Shea, whoever else you want to put in there. He's in that. He's in that conversation. But I mean, it's always funny just to see that reaction, see how things switch up. I mean, I saw Charles Barkley say that now the Mavericks are a top 2 team in the West when he's been downing AD for 5 seasons now. Like it's just funny to me. But I mean, the Mavericks lost a face of the league, a franchise guy at 26. No, that never happens. Nobody ever like just voluntarily trades their franchise guy at 26. And that's what's so shocking about it. But AD's 32 next month. Kyrie is 33 or 34 next month. One or the other. I mean, is that who you want to hitch your wagon to? Is that who you want to say, yeah, go win me championships, when neither one of these guys have been known to go out and just be number 1 winner guys and they can just go win you a championship. Both of them have won their championships being number 2 guys behind LeBron. But, and then like, their starting 5 is solid. Do not get me wrong. It is solid. It is a starting 5 of Kyrie, Clay. I forget the Mavericks small forward, but I mean Kyrie, Clay, AD, and Gafford. I think it's PJ Washington. I forget. So I apologize, but I just don't think that gets you past OKC. I don't think that gets you past a Denver. I believe if after seeing whatever moves we make, I don't think that gets you past a Lakers with AR, with Bron, with Luka, because I believe we could have somebody do a serviceable job on Anthony Davis. Will they stop him? No, he will still average 20 to 25 and 13 to 14 rebounds. But can they make life hard on him? Absolutely. The blueprint to stop is a strong word. The blueprint to slow Kyrie down is out there. The Celtics have given us that in 2 to 3 different playoff series. Back when 2 of them when he was back with the Nets, another one when they faced in the finals this last June. Be physical, put length on him, be physical with him, kind of make him work on the defensive end. And he can't be Kyrie like he's always been Kyrie. You can go and look. I think they beat him in 5 back in 2021. They swept them in 2022. Last year, I think they won in 6. Out of those, what is that? 4 plus 5 is 9 plus 6 is 15. Out of those 15 games, I think he had over 25, maybe between 3 and 5 times. And I think only a couple of those were just really efficient. Outside of those, there were some ugly performances in those last 15 games that you've seen Kyrie play. When people were really put length on him, played physical, made him play on the defensive end. And can AD go win you a playoff series by himself against other juggernaut players like Luka, like LeBron? Can he do that? He hasn't shown that he can do that. He's shown in New Orleans that he can win you a series against guys like Dame and CJ, against guys like, I forget that year that they made it to the Western Conference Finals and I think they got swept by Golden State, or got maybe in 5, I can't remember. But he's shown you he can beat other All-Stars, but he's not shown you he can beat other juggernaut high ranked guys in the playoffs. He hasn't shown he can do that, and I don't believe that he's going to change his stripes going into his 32-year-old season. I don't think that's going to happen. Especially, he's been notorious to be hurt. I haven't agreed with it, especially over the last few years with the whole street clothes, always doubtful type deal. Does he get little knick-knack injuries? Absolutely. It was infuriating when he was playing with the Lakers. I watch every game of Lakers basketball. It would drive me crazy. But over the last few years, he's played like 90-something% of the games. So I can't sit here and roll with that narrative. But as he gets older, he's shown early in his career that he can miss time. And I don't believe that, switching venues to somewhere that maybe he didn't necessarily want to go, maybe the shock of this trade maybe disengages him. I don't know. Maybe it motivates him even more. But I don't think this trade is going to magically make him more healthy. And I don't think he's going to be more inclined to play through some of these nagging injuries. Now, will his relationship with J Kidd being one of the best point guards of all time, a natural leader, things like that, will that kind of inspire him to play harder, play through some things? Maybe. With, Kyrie being there, I'm sure they have a relationship from past. I believe they may have had an Olympics together, maybe like the qualifiers or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I know obviously running into each other in all-star games, things like that. You see them kind of laugh with each other on the court sometimes. I'm sure they have a relationship. Is that enough to make him want to push forward and play through things like that? But those two guys together being two guys that are notoriously hurt and notorious kind of disappear sometimes. Kyrie, last few years, especially against length. Guys, I'm sure if they played in the playoff series right now, you put a guy like Jared Vanderbilt on him. I know Jared Vanderbilt's coming off his injuries, but you give him a few more months to kind of round out into shape. He's long, wiry. He's going to play hard. I'm sure Bron and Luka are going to put Kyrie into some tough positions on defense and make him really move his feet, play defense, wear him down. He's only 6'2", 6'3". 205, maybe. I'm not for sure. I don't think he's not that light, but around that 200 range. They're gonna try to bully ball him. They're gonna wear him down over the course of a playoff series. That those things get tiring. I'm not speaking from experience, just the years of watching. But I believe the blueprint is out there. You pairing these two guys together, what is that a recipe for success now or in the future? Definitely not the future. I don't believe small guards don't age well. Steph Curry is an exception, but Kyrie's aged decent up until this point. Really, I'd say really well. But can you rely on him going forward? I don't know. It's hard for me to really, and I try to look at these things. Obviously, I'm a big Bron fan, Laker fan, whatever you want to call it. And I looked at this from a neutral perspective. It's hard for me to see a scenario in which, again, unless the Mavs take these pieces as far as picks, pair them with a PJ Washington, pair them with a Daniel Gafford, go get a guy like Jimmy Butler. And if Jimmy comes in with the right mindset for at least a year or two, because we know things end badly with Jimmy Butler wherever he goes. But if he can keep his head on straight for a year or two, does that give you a championship window? And that's all you can ask for is a championship window. Jimmy's 34, 35, I believe, maybe 33 at the youngest. So somewhere in that 33, 35 range. Does that give you a championship window? Yes. But I don't know. Are they willing to pay that price? Is he willing to sign an extension? We all know kind of that Jimmy Butler story, but that's not the point. In my opinion, the Lakers won now and in the future because we've seen Bron at a much younger age, of course, but we've seen Bron do more with less. We've seen Luka do more with less. We saw him in those legendary Clipper battles when he was younger. He ended up beating the Clippers, I think, last year with Kyrie. I don't know if he beat them without Kyrie, but we've seen him kind of drag those series out when they had PG, when they had Kawhi, Pat Bev, Lou Will, those teams. We've seen him have great performances. Most notable, the buzzer beater in the bubble. That's one of my favorite Luka moments. But we've seen both Bron and Luka do more with less. We've seen them have legendary performances. We've seen them carry. We haven't seen Kyrie and AD do that at the highest level. When the playoffs, when it gets crunch time, things like that. So with that being said, I believe the Lakers won the trade now and in the future. But that's all contingent on what we do next. When I say we, I just mean the league, and I'm not part of the league, just the basketball community as a whole. What do the Mavs do next? How do they parlay this into another guy if they want to? How do the Lakers go get a big? What big do they go get? Do they go get more wing depth, which I believe they need? Yes, they have AR on the wing. They have Dalton Connect on the wing, who I don't think is going to be able to help you right now in the playoff series. I believe he's starting to hit that rookie wall a little bit, not making as many open shots. AR, Dalton Connect, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt. Those are all solid guys. AR, I love, averaging 18 and some change with a few assists, few rebounds. I think he's gonna do really well in a playoff scenario. I believe Vanderbilt is going to be limited in a playoff scenario, depending on who you play. Obviously, going to give you a lot on the defensive end as far as hustle plays, guarding the other team's best player, go getting offensive rebounds, go getting defensive rebounds, loose balls, taking charges, things like that. Offensively, he's just very, very limited. And Dorian Finney-Smith can shoot the cover off the ball. How much can he give you as far as, playmaking, things like you don't really need it. You have Luka, AR, Bron, so that's one wing. Dalton Connect, like I said, don't think he's going to give you much in the playoff series. Think he'll get picked on the defensive end. Think you're going to have to sit him. He's going to have to watch. He's going to have to learn. He's 6'6". He's athletic, but he's still a rookie. He's 23 years old, still a rookie. I think that he'll get picked on. So I think you need to go get one more guy. I don't know who that guy is. I could not tell you. But you go get another big. You maybe get you some wing depth if you can. That's dangerous. But we'll see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Obviously, there was another huge trade with Fox, with Zach LaVine, De'Aaron Fox going to San Antonio. But all those, Zach LaVine going to Sacramento. But again, I think those are conversations for another day. This monumental moment. I think I was up in the middle of the night last night. I think it was 11:30, around midnight. And one of my guys hit the group message and was like, "Yo, Luka to the Lakers." I'm like, "All right, man, chill out." And somebody's falling for a fake tweet. And then somebody else immediately after sent a screenshot. I'm like, screenshot's fake. And then I went to Sham's Twitter, and that was all like, damn, Sham got hacked. And I'm like, okay, maybe there's some everybody's going crazy. It's just. I think Gonzaga and St. Mary's was playing on ESPN, and it finally came across the ticker and said, breaking news, whatever, and everybody's just losing their fucking minds. But it's definitely a hallmark moment. It's definitely like a you remember where you were moment. But time will tell how these things play out. They play each other in a little over 3 weeks, February 25th in LA. I hope everybody's available. I hope they've all made their move. Trade deadlines this week, so obviously all their moves will be made. But this is gonna be a fun ride. I can't wait to take it. But lastly, the NBA is my favorite league in the world. It's the best league in the world. Nobody can tell me. I don't care about ratings. I don't care about any of that. Best league in the fucking world. But with that being said, I do have a special treat for you guys. Myself and my little sister, Decasia, she was here. She spent a couple weeks with us this summer. And she wanted so desperately to film an episode of her favorite YouTube show, The Will Shelton Show. So that is coming up right after this. If y'all don't mind, please sit there. It's only a few minutes. Just watch her, cheer her on in the comment section, send it to your friends. Let's get her popular. But again, with all that being said, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We out. Peace. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You like that? You gonna do it with me? Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. The Will Shelton Show. All right. So we got, as you can see, we have our first in-person guest, and it is a very, very special guest. Stop playing with your animals. You gotta focus. All right, can't be doing that giggling. All right. As y'all can see, we have a very special, very first in-person guest, and it is an unexpected guest, but we are definitely glad to have her here. My little sister, one of my favorite women in the world, Miss Decasia Porter. Say hey, Decasia.
Hi.
All right. So, Decasia, just for those that don't know, Miss Decasia here has spent the last 3 weeks with me down here in Georgia. And what word would you use to describe our last 3 weeks together? Awesome. What about another one? Amazing. Okay. Awesome. Amazing. Fun. Did you have fun? Fun. Yeah. We had a lot of fun and awesomeness and amazingness. It's definitely been a pleasure to have my little sister down here with me. Don't get to see her often, but no. So for the first few minutes, we are going to talk about Decasia. We're going to talk about Decasia and what she likes and the things she likes to do and her most favorite moments since she's been down here. So, Decasia, before we get started talking about what we've been doing, tell us a little bit about you. What are some of your favorite things? First of all, how are you? How old are you? And what are some of your favorite things?
I'm good, and I'm 9. And my favorite color is teal. And my favorite thing to do is have fun.
And what is your favorite food? Spaghetti. Okay. All right. So, Decasia, we know that you're 9. We know that you like the color teal. I know from you being down here that you love to watch YouTube all day. But as far as you, what grade are you in, and what are some of the things you like to do outside of just have fun? Do you like soccer? Yeah. You play soccer? Mm-hmm. Are you pretty good? Mm-hmm. What position do you play? Defense. Got you. So we play defense. All right. So you got written down on your notepad here that are you a singer?
No.
What is that then? You gotta tell me something. Why do you have it written down? You wrote it down. Why does it say singer?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, we will skip past that. All right. So your favorite place? What is your favorite place to go?
Georgia.
Now, okay. So is that because you spent some time here? Is it because we went to the aquarium?
It's because Georgia's awesome.
Georgia's awesome. I'm glad we were able to get you to think Georgia's awesome. And now school. What grade are you about to be in?
4th.
Are we excited for 4th grade?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
No. And I got honor roll and citizenship.
Honor roll and citizenship. Good job, Knuckles. Noggin. But no, honor roll and citizenship. So we are raising smart children in the family. Glad she's not taking after me. So what are you most excited about for 4th grade?
More friends.
More friends. I love that. Do you have a lot of friends now?
Yeah.
Perfect. And I love to hear that occasion. Now, I see you also have animal written on here. What's your favorite animal?
A lion.
A lion. Why a lion?
Because I'm a Leo.
You're a Leo. Okay. Oh, and you do have a birthday coming up. Tell everybody what your birthday is.
August 19th.
August 19th. Okay. Now, I see you also have stuffed animals written down, and this is going to be the last thing we talk about. Do you want to show everybody your stuffed animals and tell them their names?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
There's a star, and she likes to make people happy. Yeah.
Star, and she likes. What is she though? What kind of animal is she? Is she an animal or is she just a star?
She's just a star.
Just a star. Okay. Now, who else do we have over there?
We got Stitch, and he's just a troublemaker.
Okay. Okay, he's just a troublemaker.
Then we got Jade, and she also likes to make people happy.
Okay.
And then we have Lavender, and she's a really, really good friend to have.
Okay, that's good. So we have Star, Stitch,
jade and lavender. And Stitch is the only troublemaker, but everybody else just likes to make people happy. Would you say making people happy is one of your favorite things to do? Well, that's good, and that's why we love you so much, Decasia. Well, let me ask you this before I let you go, because it is almost your bedtime. What is something that you want everybody to know about you?
That I'm really, really, really fun and nice.
Fun and nice. Well, I can definitely agree to that, and she is definitely the one of the. And I know she's only 9 years old, going on 10, but she is one of the nicest, most genuine people that I've ever been around in my life, and one of the most loving, caring. Wouldn't hurt a fly. And now, does she get a little talkative sometimes? Yes. Does she? She doesn't like to put dishes in the dishwasher. She likes to wash them by hand, which is impressive. That is not what I like to do. But outside of that, Decasia, I definitely love you very much, and thank you so much for joining the Will Shelton Show.
Thank you.
You want to show everybody our handshake?
Yeah.
All right, come on. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Thank you, Decasia. All right. So now I'm going to stop that one. And then I'm going to start it.
And Shelton with an exclamation point. Yes, sir!